Hello my friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm here today to do a little project, and I got the idea from as I was working on my last journal, which was the Little Golden Book Binder journal. I did something with these little cards that I didn't really plan on, but it just kind of happened because I was trying to fit it in onto a page. It was a vertical one, and the page was too short, so I cut off here and here and that. And when I did that, say here's one of the vertical ones, so it was like I had glued it down and it stuck up. I had cut a little bit off the bottom already, and I thought it was the right size, but then I glued it down and it was still sticking up above the page a little bit, and I didn't want that. See, it opens up like this, so I cut off the top. But then I had two, that made it so I had like page, 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 like 4 separate pages. So I decided to make it into a little booklet, and I sewed the pages in like, a 3 signature pamphlet stitch. And so it ended up being a little booklet. So I thought, I thought it was really cute, and I really liked it. And so I decided I'd like to take a second look at these. Like, I committed and challenged myself at the beginning of the year to use up all of these cards this year. These are the horizontal ones, and these are the vertical ones. These are the envelopes that go with them. So there's quite a few here. So I already made at the beginning of the year, or maybe it was even the end of, I think it was in the beginning of the year though, I think it was January. I made 2 journals, and I used incorporated a couple of the vertical cards into the cover, and they turned out really pretty. So anyway, today I wanted to see if I could go ahead and use up and make all of these horizontal ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of these are the same. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 6 horizontal ones. So I thought I could make these into little booklets, and I could, if I want to, I could glue them down like I did the one in the Little Golden Book Binder journal, or I could just slip them into a pocket as a little booklet. So I want to put some, I want to leave the pages in here, like this would be the cover and this would be a page, and I want to put 1 or 2 more pieces of paper in here. So I want to see how bulky they get with like 2 pages, and make sure that's not too much. So here's where it's joined. So we're going to do this, we're going to do some of these together. Here's where it's joined, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that fold off so those pages will be separated now. And these are about, I just measured them before the video, they're about 7 1/4 inches long. So that is kind of like, technically, I mean, if you think about the journals that are made, usually they're not, the bigger one. There's, a lot of people make bigger ones, but typically I don't make any that big. So after that little sliver was cut off, 7 1/4 inches. So anyway, so it would be like this. I would just stick it into a pocket instead of trying to glue it down somewhere. But see, when you open up, you got 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 pages. See, they're separate now. So I want to see about putting, like I said, 2 more pages in this one. This particular one, see this one, see the front cover, this will be a front cover, and that's even with the bottom of the second cover. This one has this fancy little scalloped edge, and that's a little shorter than the next page, so I have to watch out for that. But I have some coffee dyed. These are very vintage. I'm not sure what year. They don't have any type of date on them, but they're super cute and very pretty, and just, I don't know if they're from the 60s, 50s, 40s. I really don't know, but I'm just going to say very vintage. So I thought the best thing to do, I want this to be writing space, and I want it to be like the vintage looking writing space. So I thought I love coffee dyed paper, so I thought some coffee dyed paper would be fun. But I have to be careful on this one to put it above this little page or pages that I add above this little scallop here. So let's measure by opening this up, and we will put a piece of paper here and put it below the scallop, and then we will fold it. We'll make a fold down here. We'll make a little pinch down here, And so this is going to be the length this way. So let's go ahead and take, like I said, I want to see how bulky if I put 2 papers in here, is it too bulky? I know it won't be too bulky to sew through. I don't think it'll be too bulky for a journal either. I just kind of want to see, you know, what it looks like. So, okay, there's my length. Now I need my width. So let's see if I did that right. It's still below that scallop part. Okay, now the width. Let's get our width on this one. So yeah, if this is an idea for if you have any cards like this, or if you have any cards, period. I mean, you don't have to be like this. You can always make cards into a little booklet or a journal, depending on, you know, I would say depending on the size of the card. You know, if you have a regular like 5x7 card or something like that, 5x6, that would be actually a good size for a little journal. So I would say you can make it into a little journal. But if you have some like this, it's kind of like a little bit more difficult to decide how exactly to make it into a journal. So that's why the first couple I did this year, I incorporated them into, let me see now, did I do that right? I just folded it in half, but I needed to make sure it was below the scallop. So I did it a little bit wrong. Hold on, let me refold. I wasn't paying attention. I lost my train of thought now, but yeah. Oh, I incorporated those into the cover, so because these are, you know, long and narrow one way or the other, vertically or horizontally. Okay, so I need to fold this. I'm kind of going to use this, tuck it up into there, and make a little pinch there. So that's where I need to fold, right up here, there. So this top page right here will be shorter than this bottom page. And I'm going to try to make a straight fold here. This one's a little bit more difficult than the others will be. So like that. Okay, so then I want this to be the cover, of course. And I want this to be the inside page. And then these will just be pages on the inside. So I want it to be like that. And then I'm just going to keep this together, and I don't think it feels too bulky with 2 pages in there. I don't think I'd want to put any more. So I think that's perfect. There we go. So now I'm just going to, I mean, you could sew this with your sewing machine. You could staple it. I'm going to sew it with some embroidery floss. So I've got a needle. I've got my needle threader here. And this has a lot of gold and blue in the cover. So I have some blue, actually. I think I saw some blue in here. This is just, I have dental floss, embroidery floss in another drawer, but this is my, like, I got a stash of, I think it was from Global Land. I haven't done a you know, a review or anything for them for a while, but anyway, one time when I was doing a review for them, I got some embroidery floss, and it was a very large pack of embroidery floss. But this is this little pack right here. This is the embroidery floss that I had before I got the Global Land stash. So I'm just keeping this separate so I can use this up, because it's the older of the bunch of embroidery floss that I have. So I figured keep it separate and use this up first, right? If I can, whenever I can use these colors. So that's what I am doing. I've got blue, black, and green in there, I know, and a few little odds and ends, like scrap embroidery floss, little pieces. As you can see, this was a new. I took the little piece of the packaging off, and so I'm just going to. I don't know where. I'm trying to think. I don't know where I've never lost it before, but at the moment I don't know where my awl is. So I'm just going to use my needle and poke it through like this. This is thin enough that it will go through. I don't need my all really. But I do need to find that because it's the only one I have, and it's my favorite one. So let's see, let's pretend like this is the top, because I always go, oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to have the bow on the outside. Let's do that again. So if you want the bow on the outside, you start off on the outside. And then I'm going to, on all of these, I want to make sure the binding, this sewing that I'm doing right now, 3 pamphlet stitch, is, okay, I want enough to tie a bow, so I'm going to pull a little bit out there. But I want to make it far enough from the ends that if I end up having to trim the ends, like just like I did on the one that I used in a little golden book binder journal, that there's room to cut the ends, and then I won't be cutting off the binding, you know, like I won't have the binding down here too close, so I'm going to have it like at least 1 inch or more from the end, so just say a good inch from the end here. Okay, so I'm going to go through here, and that should be good. I mean, I normally do that for about 1 inch from the end anyway, but just making sure, you know, because of that reason, I want, if in case I need to trim the ends, I don't want anything to be in the way and cut off anything that I don't want to cut off, you know, type of thing. Like if I were to have to cut off, you know, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it if I sewed my embroidery floss too close to the end and then I ended up needing to trim it. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't trim it. I just have to figure something else out. It would just have to stick out of whatever I was doing. So, because I wouldn't want to do it over again, you know. I mean, I guess if I have to, I could, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it kind of would be a big deal too at the same time. So, all right. So there we go. So I'm going to tie a knot here, and then a bow. Let me try to tie as big a bow as possible because I can make it smaller in a second. But I just want to tie a big enough bow so that when you do this on the outside. I don't know if I ever do it on the inside because it's not as concerning on the inside, but on the outside, I think there's more of a possibility of these getting pulled on and untying your bow. So I tie another knot in the bow, like a double knot there. So this bow, if you do pull on these, the bow won't come untied. And there is the first one. And I used blue because, you know, it has blue in this cover. So let's kind of flatten it out here, and then when it's in a journal, somebody can do like this, right, lots of writing room, right, pretty middle, center, whatever, and you can still write on there, or decorate, or just leave it the pretty middle, and then use all of this space. I mean, that's a lot of writing space there. You could write quite a bit of quite a long story in that little bit of space, I would think. So there's one. So that was one with the scallop edge. Let's do one of these without the scallop edge, and this is a cute one. That one was what was that, anniversary, I think, right? Let's see. Or, let me see. Thinking of you every day in a very warm and special way. Oh, just a thinking of you. Okay. And this is bringing best wishes to you to help you get well. Very cute. So this one might be blue too. It has some green in there. I could use green. Okay, so this one is together in the same spot. So let's cut that off. A little fold there. And see, this one does have some blank space at the edges here, the two ends. So I could make this one a little smaller. I might just try that because I won't be cutting off anything at all. See, on the inside, a lot of blank space down here. So I might go ahead and make this one a little smaller just for the heck of it. Let's try it, just for the fun of it. And so I'm going to try to make this kind of an even on either side of the girls here. Make it a little smaller. I think that would be fun. There we go. Isn't that cute? Cute little size. Okay, now not quite big enough for these, the pieces I just cut off. So let's get another whole piece here. On this one, let's cut off our side first. Get that cut off. And we won't have to worry about making the front half shorter than the back half, so that'll be nice. So really I can just measure like this. So that should be, let's see, I want it to be plenty inside. I don't want it to, there we go. Yeah, that looks good, okay. And so I've got 2 pieces of paper again, and fold it over, that's 4 pages or 8 surfaces. So a lot of writing space, considering it's just a little card. Okay, so easy when I'm not, I'm not putting one of these here, I'm not mixing it up at all, I'm just throwing it in between the pages that are there. So easy, right? So you can make these up pretty quick. You have little cards like this. Super cute. And then, let's see, what colors do I have in here? Any odds and ends that I want to use up. We've got a pink and red dress, a yellow dress, green dress, greenish blue, purple. But I don't have all those colors in here. Let's see, there's some kind of random ribbons in here too. I need to put those in my scrap ribbon box. Here's some lace. You could use ribbon to bind these too. That would be, if you have some skinny ribbon, that could be pretty. Let's see, I've got red here. I don't think that's quite, that would be a little overpowering here. I've got some little scrap rickrack here. All kinds of stuff. Here's some black, separate little black piece. Oh, here's a little pink piece, but it's not long enough. See, look at this little scrap embroidery floss. It's not long enough for this. Little scrap pieces here. Oh, here's some pink. This could be cute. Okay, pink. Oh, here's some purple. And she's got a kind of a, let's use purple on this one. And her gift is a little purple. Yeah, let's use purple because this might be the only one that I can use purple on. I'm sure like on the next one there's a lot of pink. So I could use pink on this one. And it's another one with a scalloped edge, but this scallop comes down a little further than that one. So I'm going to put the pink there with that for the moment. And then get rid of this. This is seam binding and silky seam binding. So I don't need those. Don't need this. Packaging. Alright, I'm going to have to sort through that and put the scrap. Look at, here's a scrap red piece. Little random red. And this is 2 shades of green, so I got a little bit of this kind of olive green here, and then Kelly green, and then black. Okay. Let's leave those out because those are long pieces, and a black. All right, we'll be sorting through stuff too while we're making these. So 1, 2, let's see, I don't want to make a knot or anything. 3, and then plenty for the bow. The other one I didn't leave extra, and I had plenty for the bow. But now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm going to have to like put extra for the bow just to make sure. Okay, so I really didn't think about it on the last one, but I had plenty. All right, let me make sure these are together in the right spot. And then we'll thread our needle again. All right. Doesn't look like very much, but I measured, so it should be right. Okay. I forgot that I realized my awl was missing earlier, but now, and then I forgot about it. Now that I'm remembering, I'm a little worried about where it is. Like, I kind of cleaned up my table, and I thought I would find it, and I didn't. And then now I just remembered that I didn't find it, and I don't know where it is. I wonder what I did with it. I'm trying to remember the last time I used it. It's been last 2 journals I didn't use it on, so it was the sewing journal before that. So what, I hope I didn't scoop it up in something and put it away somewhere like, oh, I'm doing it wrong again. At least I got a nice hole there to go through. And that, I'm doing it wrong because I want it to have the bow on the outside here. I think that it's cute when you're just going to put it in as a booklet, you know, and you just have a little booklet like this and have a little bow on the outside, like a little decoration type thing. Make sure that's long enough. Okay, looks plenty long enough. Put a little bit more there. And we'll go in here. Oh, she's got a little purple in here too, so it's cute all the way around, inside and out. And you could decorate this or use other papers if you don't want to just use plain paper, but that's what I wanted to do, just have a writing spot with some plain paper. And then somebody could glue it down if they wanted to, you know, just glue down this back part, glue it down on one of the pages. These could be pockets too, if it was wide enough, or it could be a side pocket. But, alright, so let's tie our little knot and our little bow. Let's see if I did. Do I have this? Yeah, there we go. Nice and tight. Well, now I gotta tie a double knot first. So there's one, there's two. We had a nice sunny day today. Warm again. Nice. So glad it's warm now. Probably got up to about 70 today, which is awesome. I have to let me know in the comments if you do like spring cleaning. I don't really say that I do spring cleaning because I kind of, you know, I'm one of those people. I just, you know, I mean, you kind of have to clean all year, so I just clean, you know, when it's dirty, I clean it. So I don't do like spring cleaning, but I did actually technically probably do some spring cleaning. I decided to already clean my windows here on our house is 2 stories, and so I just cleaned the windows on the first floor for right now because my son lives upstairs, and I'm not going to go up there and like I have to clean the windows. When he moves out, I will clean the windows, which will maybe be in a couple months. So, but I cleaned all the windows. Here we go. Let's do a little flip through. Yeah, I cleaned all the windows downstairs. 1, 2, 3. Super cute. I love doing the flip through. See how I put it. It's not like super like colorful pages or anything, but I just really think it's really cute. So shall we do one more? We've got 2 of these bird ones, and oh, a little train and a little deer. So cute. So these 2 have scallops. And these, well, this scallop is a little higher than this. Let's do this lower scallop one with the little deer. And I'll do these off video, maybe when I'm watching TV or something. Or just hanging out in my craft room. Or maybe I could even do them at work. I don't know. But, yeah, let's do this one. So these aren't big enough for... These are going to be scraps. And this can be a scrap. But yeah, the way I cleaned my windows was, and I don't mean the way I got myself to get it done, because it's like, I don't like to clean windows. I mean, who does? Nobody, I don't think, except for they like the results. Nice clean windows that bring in lots of light, and you can look through, and it's nice and clear. And it's nice and clean down in the tracks and whatever kind of windows you have. But, how I made myself get it done was I counted my windows, and I decided I could get them all done in 3 weeks. So that's how I got it done. So I cut off that fold. Now the last one, remember, look at the difference in the size. See, we cut a little bit off the ends of this one, and this one we left full length. I like both of them. This one, I don't think I would cut off any of this one. That we've got embossing, and the picture goes all the way down to here on this outside. This one has like a decoration here, this purple, like it's like, I guess it's supposed to be flowers, but I guess I wouldn't cut off any on this one. So let's grab 2 more coffee dyed papers. But yeah, I divided it. I decided I could get it done in 3 weeks. So I think I had I think I still have one more window to do, and it's one that's hard to get to, and so I haven't done that. I do have one more. I forgot about that. I almost forgot about it, that I have one more. But I'll get to that one. I just need to do it. It's like, I want to do it when nobody's home and just see if I can get into this particular room and clean it. And the outside, I don't know. I might have to go, like some of my windows, I can clean the outside from the inside. You know what I mean? They open and then they fold in. So I can clean the outside from the inside. This one I'm not going to be able to clean the outside from the inside. So, and it's a little bit in a spot where I don't know if I'm going to need to get on a ladder or whatever. It might be a little bit too high to clean from the ground. So that's why I'm going to put the last one off. And so I gotta, when nobody's home, I'm going to go and I can at least clean the inside, and then I'll have to go out and check out the outside and see what needs to be done. But anyway, so I think it was 13 windows, so that means I only cleaned 12. And I divided it among 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks, so I did 4 per week and got them all done. Just, you know, if you could just clean 4 per week. I'm just saying this to encourage you if you're thinking about cleaning your windows. You don't have to do it all in 1 week or 1 weekend, or if you work, or, you know, 1 week if you don't work, whether you work or not. You don't have to do it all in 1 week. Divide it up into 3 weeks and do 4 per week, and before you know it, in 3 weeks, it'll go by quickly and you'll have all your windows cleaned if you have 12 windows. So the upstairs, so I have one more to clean down here at some point when I remember to do it. Okay, this is the one we're going to do pink with. And where's my needle? And so, yeah, so I got 12 done down here. I got one more to go at some point. And then upstairs, there's only 4 windows in all the upstairs. Only 4 windows. So, you know, if I'm doing 4 per week and I go up there one weekend, I can get them all. I'm assuming I can get them all done one weekend. Wait a minute, is there 4? Yeah, 1. There used to be 5, and then when my son turned the upstairs, my son and my daughter-in-law turned the upstairs into an apartment. They took one of the windows out and turned it into a door. So they made a side entrance that goes down and made a stairway that goes down to the outside, so they could, you know, have a private entrance and wouldn't have to, you know, not that they would be bothering us, but, you know, they just wanted to have their own private entrance and, you know, not bother us, but they wouldn't really be bothering us, but whatever. It's nice. It's a really nice stairway. My son's really good with carpentry. It's actually a beautiful staircase that he made. And actually, when you come out that door, there's actually a little deck there now, up there. It's like a little tree house. It's so cool. It's got trees surrounding that side anyway. And then he made a little deck up there. So it's like a little tree house. And then you come out on that deck, and then he made a beautiful stairway coming down, and it kind of comes down and has a landing, then it goes down again. So it's not just straight down, it's down, landing, turn, down. So it's actually a really beautiful stairway that he made. And but anyway, I'm just telling you that because there was a window there. There was a window there. Now it's a entry. It's a door. It's more than a door. It's a whole entryway, deck, stairway, everything. But yeah. So that I have one less window to clean. I'm glad about that. Look at that. I'm doing it wrong every time. Outside in Sheree. Jeez. Yeah, so one less window to clean. So one window, 2, 3 window, 4 windows altogether. So I can get that all done in 1 week once he moves out. I'll get those windows clean, because I doubt if he's going to move. I doubt if he's going to clean the windows on his way out, right? So let's make sure this is big enough for a bow. Yeah, they're moving out in a couple weeks there, and I mean a couple months. They say a month, but we'll see. I think it more be like 2 months. Be more like 2 months, but they think maybe a month. But we'll see. I don't know if I made this one long enough. I think think I didn't make it long enough. Hold on. No, I didn't do that. I didn't make that long enough. So I need to make this a little shorter. Pull this in. Pull this out. Let's see. This is still a little bit too short. I might not be able to tie a bow on it because I'm talking and not paying attention, right? I tend to do that sometimes. Okay, that's good. Now I'll at least have enough to go around here. But now I have to rethread my thread. So, I hope you don't mind. Maybe you were listening to my story too, not paying attention with me. But yeah, he's, I don't know if I ever mentioned it. We have a building down on our street. It's our property. And our property here where our house is goes all the way down the street to another, with, adjoining lots. Anyway, on this lot that's like 2 lots down, we have a building. It's just an empty building, but it's a 1,500 square foot building, so it's a good sized building, right? It's the size of a small house, or a good sized house even, depending on how you look at it. You can fit a lot of rooms into 1,500 square feet. So they are making that building, empty building, into a house. It already looks like a house from the outside, 4 walls and a roof. There were just no walls inside. And we didn't build it. It was here when we bought the property. So he's turning that into a house. He bought that from us, and that property and that building from us. And he's turning it into a house, or they're turning it into a house. So they say it's going to be done in a month, but it might, I'm thinking 2 months, because, if you've ever built a house, you know how, I made a bow and everything. Oh, it's so cute. I like the pink thread, too. Look at that. Oh, so adorable. And I didn't really have to do too much different, because this scallop came way down farther than, see, look how high this one is. Well, it's not so high, but it's much higher. It's twice or 3 times as high as this one. This one almost meets the bottom, and this one is way up there. So I didn't really have to pay attention to that, really. So there we go. We made 3. So I love this one. Oh, it's so cute. So these will go into my journals as little notebooks, and I think they're super cute. I'm going to do the other 3. What do I have? 3 or 4 more horizontal? 3 more horizontal. I'm going to do those, and those will be ready to go. But here's what we made today. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. I'm so glad I decided to do this, because I didn't know how or what I was going to do to the horizontal ones especially. But here is what we made today. It's so adorable. So if you have any little cards like this is what you can do. Make little notebooks. And these would be great for your journals, if you make journals, or your own journals. If you have a personal journal and you want to keep one, you can make them for yourself, your friends, Happy Mail, whatever you want to do. But these would even be great for maybe Mother's Day, wouldn't they? Little Mother's Day. Should I put some in my shop? Let me know if I should put some in my shop. Make a couple and put them in my shop. I mean, they would be pretty inexpensive, I would think. It's just, but the thing of it is these cards, they're kind of one-of-a-kind, unique cards, so I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do, but let me know if you think I should. I mean, let me know if you want one. And then I'll put it in my shop for you. I don't know what else to do. I do like the idea of putting them in my journals. I'm trying, it's kind of a thing I'm doing right now. I mean, I've always done it, but I'm really trying to put something really super vintage, whether it be ephemera or something like this or whatever, postcards, whatever, in all of my journals right now. At least a couple things. I think I have a lot of vintage stuff, but I kind of, at the same time, I kind of don't. I know I have a lot of postcards, like certain things I have a lot of, and certain things I just have a few of, like these cards. So, and who knows if I'll ever find anything like this again. So anyway, blah, 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 talking too much. I'll see you later. Have a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned. I have a new project probably coming up tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. See you later.